Switzerland, Italy,
Anything so stunning in my life.
Lake Garda, just a backpack
It's beautiful.
Yeah, all booked, 70 quid.
in 1 week.
Not as nice as Charmonix.
This is how we done it.
Come from St. Moritz and we are in.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I'm going to be running through my recent trip to Switzerland and Italy, where we've done things like going up to Mont Blanc, which is one of the highest mountains in Europe. We went on the Glacier Express all through the Alps, and we travelled around Lake Garda, some really nice ferries. I'm going to run through exactly where we stayed, how we got around, what we arranged before we went there, which was the absolute bare minimum. We basically arranged our flights in and out, first night's accommodation, and the first day's activity. When I say the first day, I mean the day we've flown in. I'm going to run through how easy it was to find places to stay as we went along, how much it costed us, what I would do again, pros and cons of doing it that way opposed to just going to a travel agent and getting everything arranged for you. But honestly, this was actually really easy to do as we went along. I'm a travel agent, I'm just an average guy, I'm a builder with not heaps of money. I like to arrange my own itinerary. Sometimes I find it quite difficult to find a package holiday which incorporates all the ground I want to cover and the places I want to see. I don't have an abundance of holiday from work, so within that week, if I can cover a lot of ground and see 5 or 6 different places, that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I like to arrange as I go along. So I went with a friend, and one of us saw like a short or something of the Glacier Express, which is basically a train which travels all through the Swiss Alps with amazing scenery. We're like, yeah, that looks like something we want to do. We arranged to go out for some food one night, just
Like screenshotted Google Maps.
which showed Italy and Switzerland. So we sat down and we marked where we wanted to go on the map. This included Mont Blanc, Geneva, Zurich, St. Moritz, Zermatt, and then we looked at Milan and Lake Garda. So I marked up a route which linked all these places to incorporate the Glacier Express. The next step was to find out the main airports in Switzerland and Italy. So a few minutes of research on Google, I found out that Geneva had an airport and Milan had an airport. Now we needed to find routes where we could fly into one and back from the other. So that took a little bit of coordination. In order for me to do that, what I done on Skyscanner, there's a feature called Multi-City, which basically allows you to fly into one city but then back from another. I needed to find an airport local to me in England, which flew both to and from Milan. Using that feature on there, I found out at Luton you could fly to Geneva and back from Milan, and they had good flight times available. Now, alongside that, I thought it'd be a good idea to go up to Mont Blanc.
We are the highest people in Europe, Jakey boys.
Yeah, we are literally 5 kilometers. Sorry.
Don't laugh.
It's about £150 and $170 to get up to the top of Mont Blanc. I only booked it the night before. So I booked it about 6 PM on the Friday. That footage was taken at 3 o'clock on the Saturday. It's about a 20-minute ascent. So you get on the first cable car at the bottom and it takes you about 10 minutes to get up to the first level. You then get off the first cable car, transfer to a second cable car, which takes about 5 minutes. And then the second cable car takes you up to the top. Now, when you get to the top, you can then get in a lift, which takes you 1,000 meters directly up.
There's
no way I'm getting on there.
Hey, you'll be right.
Which is where this footage was taken, and it's breathtaking. You cannot miss Mont Blanc. It's really easy to do. There's buses straight from Geneva Airport. There was actually people base jumping from the first level with a really large backpack, and I was like,
What is in your bag?
and he's like,
Paraglider.
I'm gonna jump,
You're jumping back down. You fly back down.
jump.
Huh?
And I was like, wow. There's also a cafe up there, so we stopped and got coffee and a little chocolate cake, and the chocolate cake was absolutely amazing. You have to get one of these. Do not miss this. Once we're done there, hop back on the bus.
To Geneva. It is 7:15 and we are going to our hotel.
I booked the accommodation the night before as well. So we stayed at this hotel. This is how much it cost, and I can highly recommend it. It was really, really nice. Although I had a little nap on the bus, I did manage to get a little gym session in. So Geneva, I would highly recommend. It's a really nice city. It had a really nice vibe to it. It wasn't rowdy. There wasn't a huge hustle and puzzle, but there was a bit of a buzz. We actually ended up watching some high jumping, which was pretty cool. And so yeah, we've done that. Now that's all we had booked. We sat down for dinner that night. I had a quick look at how to get to the next place, which was Zurich. Had a little bit of a shock with that. Prices had gone up quite a bit. I think at the time of looking, it was like £250. I was nearly choked on my pizza. We realised that we could just get a train ticket the next day. Went down to the train station the next day, which was right near the hotel, and we got our tickets to go to Zurich.
That is one thing I just thought, I don't necessarily need more money to have a good time, but like today, for example, you're sitting there stressing about having to book hotels on the go and prices going up because you're booking at such short notice, and like the train is 200 francs, like 90 quid each, whereas like 2 weeks ago it was like 50 quid. It would make life easier when you didn't have to worry about the money. I wouldn't be worrying about 20 quid here, 20 quid there. It would just be like, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. So that's one thing I would say. So despite it not necessarily changing what I do, the experience of that, it would have an impact on, I think. And then obviously it does create a little bit of stress because I'm then thinking like, oh, you know, it'd be nice to stay somewhere nice. First world problems, of course. But I have found a really nice place anyway, so all is well. But that is one thing I would know about having more money.
And now we had a nice little walk along Lake Geneva. We didn't worry about breakfast, we just got a snack along the way. For us, that was plenty. After that, we hopped on the train and it took us this long to get to the next destination, which was Zurich. Now, Zurich was a lot more of a city. So I booked the accommodation in the morning. We got to Zurich sort of mid-afternoon, dropped the bags off, and then we went out, had a look around the city, which was really, really nice. They had little Prague-y kind of vibes. When we went there, there's a Paralympic cycling event going on, which is pretty cool. Now this is where I would say the main eating place is. Switzerland is expensive, just to give you an idea how expensive it is. 2 cups of coffee is probably about £9. But if you want to see Switzerland, you've got to be prepared to pay the price, right? Our next stop was
St. Moritz. You get off the train, and then there is bus stops right next to it. Day 3, and the time is 5 o'clock, and it is cold. Amazing train journey though, really cool. We're gonna go and get in a hotel and have a kip, and then we're gonna go explore.
He's a nice stop. Go to Glacier Express tomorrow morning. See what it's like.
Ooh. We didn't have a lot of time in St. Moritz, so we spent the evening just going for a walk, although it was raining. We found a really nice pub where we had a drink. We went and found a pizzeria and had a really nice pizza. I'd recommend you try this place.
Morning, we are in St. Moritz, and it is amazing. So we're on our way to Zermatt. We're going to Zermatt, so we're going to go catch the Glacier Express today. That's what the whole trip was based around. But yeah, it's going to be stunning. And then when we get there, we have booked like a lodge with like an indoor and outdoor pool and a gym. Absolutely buzzing for it. The room we stayed in last night, Hotel Nolda, was absolutely awesome. It was really warm, really cozy, really, really happy. So, I mean, what a place to wake up. That is our plan for today. Switzerland. It has been expensive, but it's definitely worth the trip. Really, really cool. So we go to train at 9:38 today, and we don't get up until 6:10. It's a long train journey, but it's gonna be cool. And since I sent that video this morning, it's completely overcast now. Let's enjoy the coffee.
So we got on the train and it did not disappoint.
Well, the whole reason why we've done this trip, and we are now here. So for the next 9 hours, we're going to be going through the Swiss Alps on this train. If I can figure out how to open this door. In these carriages.
realised this the following day when we went from Zermatt down to Milan by brig. You actually get to see a lot of those sites, and because it's not the Glacier Express, it's nowhere near as busy as what the Glacier Express is. Alternatively, just get a normal train. Really, it's mesmerising, still beautiful. Anyway, we got to Zermatt. Now Zermatt, I would highly recommend.
It's been a long ride. It's been awesome, but it's long. We've just pulled up in Zermatt, and we're now going to go check into our hotel. First half of the journey, we had loads of space. Cabins weren't full, but at Chore, loads of people got on, and the cabin got really full. So
Whose taxi's that? So we are up there. He's absolutely tiny, isn't he? Oh, look at this coming out. Day 4. So we have been to Mont Blanc, Geneva, Zurich, and we've just left Zurich and we've come to Zermatt, and then we've got one night here, and then we're heading down to Lake Garda via Milan.
We just down St. Moritz.
Oh yeah, and St. Moritz, Zurich, St. Moritz, and then the rest of it. Boom. No cars in this place. It's all just little noddy vehicles, tiny little vehicles. So we are staying. Oh, look at these. Look. Cable car there, look. This is ours. Here. Yeah, right this. No, this. We're in. Home for one night only.
Town, and there's no cars there, and there's some amazing height, and you have to go to Gorner Gorge. Really nice, beautiful walk.
that is amazing. Look at this. Pretty low. 200 foot sheer drop down there. Absolutely beautiful. A 40-minute hike. I think we can work our way somehow up here and then up there somewhere.
I think it costs like £5 or £10. Halfway through the trail is a really nice cafe, which we just stumbled across, hadn't planned it, but we sat there right below the cable car. We sat there, enjoyed a cup of coffee, and we actually saw 2 deers run uphill, which was really cool.
1,800 meters.
Coffee?
Yeah.
Got his rapid up here, Dumper.
I've seen that dumper and you
Yeah, it is. You gotta be careful, ain't you? Halfway stop. Yes, it is. Perfect. Spot lunch. Hello. Hello. A bad view at all.
Ton charme enchante tous les horizons.
There's only a little bit of chocolate because we're climbing.
Et de beauté infinie. Ton calme.
There's a lot of snow up there, isn't
sont une symphonie.
Can you come with that?
Tes sommets en vallée verdoyante. Tu es une terre.
I would highly recommend Zermatt. We stayed in this place. This is how much it cost. It had spa facilities, it had a gym. As you can imagine, it was quite chilly outside. I think it was about 1 degree. So we enjoyed a nice swim. There was steam coming off the pool. Went in the sauna, steam room, overlooking the Swiss Alps, watching the sun go down. Bliss.
So, just enjoying a little evening swim in the Swiss Alps. Maybe a little swim again in the morning. Bush. Wednesday morning, and this is where we are waking up.
We're until 1:30 today. Till 1:30, then we're catching a train over to Lake Garda from Milan. So we're gonna go hit a gym session nice and early at 7 o'clock, and then we're gonna go have a shower and get some breakfast. and then we're gonna have a little wander before we jump on the train.
Sauna and steam room was shut. Doesn't open until 3 o'clock, which is a bit annoying. But the pool was really nice. We got to watch the sunrise on that mountain peak behind us. So we are near the Matterhorn.
Our next train journey was from there down to Lake Garda.
We are on our way. It is 1:25. We've just got to Visp. So we are from Zermatt to Visp. Now we're changing over to go to Brig. Right. Well, that one. We've got to Milan Central and we've got to hop across to Milan Lamberti, which is where we get the last train to Lake Garda. Lake Garda. We made it. So we're right at the bottom of the lake now. It is 8 o'clock and that was a hellishly long train journey. Could have really done without that, to be honest. It's 6 hours on the train, made about an hour off after doing 8 hours on the Glacier Express yesterday. That was like really long. So we're gonna go back, have a shower, and then come back down here, get something to eat, some pasta or some pizza. So I haven't eaten since I've had 1 banana since breakfast. But it's like we've walked from a cold ski resort to like a hot holiday, like completely different climate. Really warm compared to what it was elsewhere. Really nice. Booked into a hotel. Yeah, Hotel Vittorio. He's literally right at the front of it.
This place was okay, didn't have many facilities, but it was in a great location. It was a 15-minute walk from the train station, which was perfect. The next morning we checked out, we went on a long walk, and we walked to Sirmione. Sirmione, this place.
And it is raining. No sunshine today. Or tomorrow. Bugger. About a 2.5 hour walk. And we haven't booked anywhere to stay yet. We are going to book somewhere. Well, we're not. We're just going to walk into the hotel and then hopefully they got a room. I'm sure they will have. And then, yeah, probably spend the rest of the day in the spa, swimming pool. Yeah. What?
And have coffee with alcohol for $2.20.
Gosh, it's a lot cheaper here than what it is in Geneva. We are heading over there and we're going to book a room for tonight somewhere which has some facilities we can use because there isn't much else to do in today's weather. But yeah, pretty nice view, even if it is a bit overcast.
We stayed in this hotel, really nice facilities, beautiful spa. It cost us about £130 per night. Had a really good breakfast. So it's just outside the castle. Go in there and that's where all restaurants, places to eat, drink. That's where the ferry crossings go to and from as well. This particular one, I would really recommend. She served me up a fresh fillet of sea bass and then she lit it on fire in front of me and then filleted it in front. It was really nice. We had 3 nights in Lake Garda. We had a full day at Sirmione. We walked down to the ferry.
We overheard a lady talking to the ferry guide people. She's going to a place up the coast and then walking up to Garda.
Once she had left the booth, I said to the lady, I said, we want to do what she's doing.
So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little trip up the coast today.
Really easy. This is how much it costs.
$39.20 to get from Sirmione to Bardolino, and then we're going to walk 4 kilometers up to Garda and then Garda back to there. Beautiful. The market was on. This was on the Friday. Then we had some pizza and pasta overlooking Lake Garda. And honestly, I would really recommend you going here.
I think if you were to do it, to come round the lake, I would do Sirmione, but I'd only spend 1 night there and then maybe spend like a night at each place. We just got the ferry to Garda via Benedino, something like that. So I would spend a night at each one and then carry on around the lake. You could probably do a week round here, to be honest. It's stunning. It's really nice. So we're now walking along the front. The food looks amazing. But I think this Garda is definitely one of the nicer places. It's really busy.
We didn't have enough time to see around the rest of the lake. Travelling around Lake Garda is beautiful. It's so easy to do. Flights into Verona, which I think is about an hour away, and there's buses going to and from there, which are really, really cheap. Got back to the hotel, went into the spa, enjoyed the afternoon, and we're going to spend last evening in that pool overlooking the lake. What a way to spend the last evening of our week. So the next day we got up, we had to get the ferry back to the original place, and then we hopped back on the train, and then we got the train back to Milan. Now looking for a bus to take us to the airport to get home, Malpensa. So when you kind of station, you have to go right, then right again. And it looks as though it takes you to the buses to Malpensa, which is cheaper than getting it. There's 2 airports in Milan, so it's cheaper to get it from there than what it is the other one. Here we go. Which then took us to Malpensa, which was really easy to do as well. So as I'm saying this, it sounds like there's a lot to take in, but you have to bear in mind, we've done all of this over the course of a week, and I've just explained it to you in a video in about 10 minutes. Just tackle it brick by brick, which is much like life, and it'll all come together. Just go have faith, you can sort it out as you go along.
Mont Blanc, Zermatt, St. Moritz, Glacier Express, Zurich, Lake Garda, swimming pool, Milan, home. What a week.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more, click here to see my latest video, and I hope you enjoy your travels.